Have you ever wondered why you feel this constant pressure to make sure everyone around you is okay? Why you monitor people's moods like it's your full-time job? Why someone else's sadness feels like a personal failure? And why you can't relax unless the people around you are peaceful and smiling? Psychology has a simple explanation. Somewhere in your life you were trained to believe that other people's happiness was your responsibility. And the truth is that this belief usually begins in childhood, long before you ever understood what boundaries or emotional safety even meant. Maybe you grew up with a parent whose emotions were unpredictable. A small change in their tone could shift the entire atmosphere of the house. So you became hyper-aware, watching every expression, trying to adjust your behavior before anything exploded. You learned to be careful, to be good, to be useful. Not because you wanted praise, but because it made the environment safer. Maybe your home was filled with silence instead of shouting, but silence can feel just as heavy. Maybe you had a parent who relied on you emotionally, who vented to you, leaned on you, or made you feel responsible for their stress. Children in these situations don't learn to express themselves. They learn to carry what isn't theirs. And sometimes it wasn't chaos at all, as it was praise. You were celebrated for being the easy child, the one who caused no trouble, the one who never complained, the one who made everyone proud. You learned very early that being perfect, agreeable, and emotionally available made you valuable. But here's what psychology also says. When your worth is tied to pleasing others, you never learn how to please yourself. So you grow up and suddenly, you apologize constantly even when you did nothing wrong. You feel guilty for saying no even when you're overwhelmed. You take responsibility for people's reactions, feelings, disappointments, even when they have nothing to do with you. You become the unofficial therapist in your friend group, the peacemaker in your relationships, the emotional bodyguard for everyone you love. You don't do this because you want control. You do it because you're afraid. Afraid of being rejected, afraid of being blamed, afraid of being a disappointment, afraid that if someone around you is unhappy, it must somehow be your fault. So you overextend yourself, you tolerate more than you should. You bend, stretch, and reshape yourself just to keep the peace. And the saddest part? You don't even realize you're doing it, because it's the only version of love you've ever known, the one where you earn your place by being useful. But here's the truth psychology wants you to hear. You are not responsible for other people's happiness. Their emotions belong to them. Their healing belongs to them. Their decisions, reactions, and disappointments are not a reflection of your worth. Caring about people is beautiful, but carrying people is exhausting. You were never meant to be someone's emotional shield. You were never meant to sacrifice your mental well-being for harmony. You were never meant to shrink yourself so others could feel comfortable. Real connection doesn't require you to constantly manage the emotional climate. Real love doesn't make you responsible for everyone's peace. Healthy relationships allow you to breathe, to express, to exist, without walking on eggshells. So if you feel responsible for everyone's happiness, remember this. You learned that role to survive, but you don't need it to live. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to set boundaries without guilt. You are allowed to let people experience their own emotions, even the uncomfortable ones. Your job is not to save everyone. Your job is to show up as yourself, fully, honestly, and without carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Because their happiness is not your responsibility, and your happiness is not something you should sacrifice for anyone.